What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for a match reaction. It, wa- it was planned to be live, but something came up. Excuse me. So it's a pre-recorded match reaction, but it's the same thing. I'm gonna keep it short, not a long one. But it's a big game. Obviously, we play Inter. It's always a big game if you play Inter, but it's even more important if something is on the line. And a final, like the final of the Coppa Italia is on the line, which is a trophy. I want to win. I think everybody wants to win. It will not make up for the season, but you need to win it. It's basically as simple as that in terms of like in theory, you need to win it because you're in a semi-final, and that's what you do as a club. You need to win trophies. So it's a big game. We will talk about what Allegri had to say before for the game, so in the presser, and about maybe a potential lineup prediction, all that good stuff. But before we get into it, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and let's go. Okay. As I said, we will go over what Allegri had to say first, and quite a lot to say, or like a lot interesting things to say. Some, in my opinion, um, weird things, but we will go over that. He started off by saying, "We must continue to work on the field, behaving as we have always behaved with regard to sporting dynamics. Complaints lead nowhere." Now, I I do rate that we as a club don't look for excuses, that we don't come out and be like, oh, it's the ref. You can be like Inzaghi and cry every single game. It's ridiculous, it's boring. Even Inter fans are like, stop it. But it comes to a point where you need to defend yourself and you don't just need to take what everybody is throwing at you. And I think we reached that point. I'm expecting that from the club because I believe Allegri has been put out there, and I do feel for him in that regard, to answer all these random questions, to basically be the shield for the players. And yeah, like there's nothing from the top off. You have Alcon, but he's speaking to shareholders, and we get just the quotes. You have Ferrero and Scanavino, you don't hear of them. You have Calvo just saying the same thing, basically. We will go through all the right steps to fight this and that. But there's no real statement that we as a fan can look up to and be like, okay, yeah, we have something to believe on. You just have Lapo Alcan going on a mad run on Twitter, but like he has no say in the club. So it's like his words are just, yeah, they mean nothing basically. Like he's just a fan at this point. So I believe we're missing that, and I do not like that Allegri is out there, just, yeah, man, try to keep everything afloat in terms of off the field. Answering all these questions week in, week out. But again, I believe the club has been a bit soft, even Allegri, because there are videos out there saying to the Napoli bench, "Congratulations, you finally won one." So he is a bit salty, but I want that saltiness in front of the camera as well when it comes to refereeing decisions at times, or these sort of questions and all those things. But it's a club culture. It's not gonna happen. I don't like it because now it feels like they're just piling on, and we just are sitting there as fans and are like, yeah, take it to the club. What do we need to say? Yeah, so I don't like that. But I, I I feel for Allegri in that regard, that he needs to be sitting there and keep answering these type of questions. But then he followed up by saying something very wild, and I think a lot of people just brush over it, or just looked over it. But I think that sums up everything what's happening at the club. He said we must be angry because we dropped 1 point on Sunday. I think that I think nobody should be shocked that we were focusing on a point. The lineup didn't scream, "I'm going to win this game." The way we played didn't scream, "We're gonna win this game." But to hear it from his own mouth, I tweeted it out. Sometimes I just need to be reminded that I support Juve and not Genoa, you know, because this might sound like a random thing, and you might be like, "It's just a quote. What is it?" But the fact that he said we dropped 1 point, I don't like that because we speculated about, is this the mentality? Take a point, that's good. If you get three, nice. I think this confirms it a little bit because he basically said, yeah, we wanted that point. And you might spin it and be like, oh no, it's because we were in the 19th minute and a point was a point. But throughout 90 minutes, we never went for it completely. Like, never. We didn't go for the 3 points ever. You know, um, so that statement is very worrying in my opinion. Look, I don't like that. It feels very weird that you're disappointing to not get a point at home. I just don't get that mentality. I don't like that statement. I don't like the thought process behind it. I don't like the way we play because we play for points at times. We don't play for wins in certain games. And I think we, as a club, Juve, you should always go for the win. Are we going to win every game with this squad? Nope. 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 But when you saw Napoli play on Sunday, you could have won that game if you actually had something. But we don't have anything. I know that. But that statement is worrying because it feels like it's not a moment, like it's a thing that's happening now. I believe it's been happening for months now, that we go into games and be like, yeah, point is a point, whatever, and not really go for it. That's my biggest issue. So I do believe this is a very worrying statement in my opinion. But let's move on. He said, if we do not go to the final tomorrow, it will be because Inter deserved it. In the meantime, let's fix our problems. Also because in the championship standings, we have to watch out for those behind us. I made a video about the top four race. Maybe it's pointless that we are even focusing on it. I do believe it is because they made it clear they're going to deduct points, at least basically go back to the 9, and then we don't know what the wage thing or what the UEFA will do. But the first part is, if we do not go to the final tomorrow, it will be because Inter deserved it. Maybe they come out and just play us off the park. But let me flip it, and let me say, if we don't go to the final, it's because we were just that bad. Would anybody say that's a wrong statement to make? I don't believe so. Because we can lose games against really bad teams where you're like, that team was bad, but we were worse. Like Sassuolo, they were awful. We topped that. So both can be true. Yes, Inter could deserve it tomorrow. They might play us completely off the park, and you're like, yeah, we're not good, but that was wow. Or it could be a completely crap game and we just have absolutely nothing and they just have that little bit more. Is that really deserving? If we don't really go for it, go back to the first statement where it's like we dropped 1 point, not we missed 3 points or whatever, 1 point. That's my issue. As well with this statement, I think people are saying that's already making excuses. I don't think it's an excuse. But I do believe that I think we will be that bad if I need to come out and be like Inter deserve to win, because I do believe we will be that bad. Not because Inter will be that amazing. It's just we will be that bad if that happens. But again, let's move on. He was asked about his future. And about the future of the club, about his future, players, blah blah blah, and he said two important things in my opinion. I'm gonna read them out first. He said we are a month and a half from the end of the season, and therefore we will start to plan the next one to return to winning. We are at the forefront of many projects, such as our second team. Our history tells of 10 important years. Then he added, I still have 2 years left on my contract, and I'm privileged to work at this club. Working 7 years at this club is not for everyone. I'm a corporist. We must have clear ideas for next season with serenity and desire, knowing that Juve must return to winning. Now, he throws in that second squad, you under 23s and all those things, and the past 10 years are not going to help us. That's done. That's the past. It's done. You need to move on. The under 23s, that's a good thing, but the focus is the first squad now. It's not good enough player wise, the way we play, I believe mentality wise as well. And that basically comes off the way we play, the way we are coached at this moment in time. It's all loose sand. It feels like loose sand. Now, He says I still have a contract. I'm privileged. It's not for everyone working for 7 years at the club. I agree. It is not. It's unusual. Um, and then he said we must have clear ideas. What are those clear ideas? Because I I don't see them. I don't. And I I, I just what is the idea? Is it develop the young players? Is it a future planning and give these players time? Is it no, we just keep players like Alexandro and Danilo and all those guys to long-term deals, basically more deals, and basically be 1 foot in the U project and 1 foot completely out of the U project? Is it winning immediately? Is it winning in 3-4 years? I don't know what the plan is or what the clear ideas is. There are no clear ideas at the club at the moment. Like there isn't, and that's why we're this bad. Basically, I still believe, I still believe he will not be the coach this season because I still believe he will be like at the end of the season. This is enough for me. I still believe that. I can be completely wrong. It's just based on a feeling I've had for months now. If you watch the channel back in maybe November, December, it's the first time I said it. Um, because I don't believe he wants to be part of this. Like that, this doesn't scream like a job Allegri wants to take on for another 2 years. Then him basically saying we're already planning for next season. It makes sense. One you're not in all you're not in full force invested in everything, but I don't think it's possible to plan because of all the investigations. That's one. Because of certain contracts that at this moment in time haven't been addressed yet. So it's a very odd and very surreal situation because we don't know what's going to happen on the field, off the field, and that's why I think it's very difficult to plan. I think you need to have multiple plans. If we get into Europe, if we don't get into Europe, if Allegri leaves, if Allegri stays, who's gonna like? I think the club needs to have multiple plans, and that's why I think it's too early to have one definitive plan because even the way he speaks post games, like on the field, like off the field, on the touchline, I mean, like he looks very nervous, and that's why I'm basing my opinion on that. I don't believe he's gonna be here. That's basically the only way I see it at this moment in time. Because it just feels wrong. It just feels very wrong for everyone involved. At this moment in time, coaching, players, it doesn't feel like it's clicking. Like it's not clicking. Not doesn't feel. It's not clicking. We can see it. It's not clicking. So it's a weird one. But the fact is, he's already talking about next season. You might say that's an indication that he's gonna say. I'm gonna say it's very rare. Usually he's focused. No matter if you have nothing to play for, he's focused on we need to finish the season strong. The fact that he's opening up for these type of things tells me personally that yes, he is open to just step away from this. But again, let's see. It's I want to say it's only May, but it's already May, so season is almost done. That's that. That's the presser. Vlahovic is out, which is for some people they will be excited. I don't see it as an excited thing, but he's out. Not good news because again, low on confidence, struggling, team not playing well. Now he's injured again. In training. I don't know when he's coming back. Will he be fit? Like it's terrible news. It's terrible news. But again, some might be very happy. I'm not, but it is what it is. Then he talked about Alexandro being fit, Bremer being basically fit. Then he said maybe Milik will start. Well, Milik is going to start because Vlahovic is out and Keane is out. So he will start. The rumors are that Di Maria and Chiesa are going to start with Miretti again because Allegri said, I like the way Miretti responded to the last couple of months. But the last couple of months was he's not playing. And when he's playing, it's 20 minutes here, pull at halftime, play as a support striker, move to the wing for a big portion of the game. That's not good. Against Lazio, he needed to shadow Lobotka like Kulusevski needed to do with Brozovic. Kulusevski failed. He wasn't good. Miretti did well to do that role, but he offers more if you just play him as a number 8, in my opinion. That's just me, because again, in the first half against Napoli, he had that first touch for Rabiot, and it could have been a chance if there was someone in the box to tap it in, but no Milik. But the one flick thing I do like from Miretti, I think he has confidence to play one touch football, to do it quickly. It sometimes doesn't come off, but I think he played well the last 2 games. So he's going to start. You might say, what happened to Fagioli? Is it because Sassuolo? Might be, might not be. But that's what the rumors are. Excuse me. The rumors are as well that Perin is going to play because it's the Coppa Italia. But it's going to be kind of a back 3. And it's going to be Bremer, Gatti, and Danilo, which is, I think, what everybody wanted. And I've also seen a lineup where Cuadrado has been dropped and the Chile will play, which, do I like the Chile? Do I rate him? Nope, absolutely not. But the way Cuadrado is playing, I cannot come on and say, what the hell are you doing? You're playing the Chile, because I kind of need to agree with it, because he's not playing well. Cuadrado's not playing well. Will the Chile play well? I have no idea. The chances are not high. I'm not gonna say like they're low. If you need to give a percentage or a chance that he's gonna play well, but I've seen Cuadrado play since, again, last season, the first season when he came back for the Napoli game from the national break. I've seen the decline and it's not good. So if the Chile plays, I cannot really be mad about it. I can, because Cuadrado's starting to really annoy me at this moment in time. But that's a predicted lineup. The Inter one is, I'm not sure about the Inter one. I haven't checked. Probably Lukaku's going to start because he can play. He's allowed to play. And he scored 2 goals on the weekend. So I'm assuming he's going to start. Usually he plays very poorly against us. He scores if it's a pen. But he got 2 on the weekend. So who knows, Maybe that's what Vlahovic needed and is not getting. Because that was Lukaku's first goal from open play since August, which is mad, but for Inter. But yeah, right moment, I guess, for them. We just need to win. Inter are not the best team, but they are picking up form. They were struggling. They're building confidence now with the Champions League, the last result. So they will go for it because they are pissed of what happened in the first leg, with all the things that happen off the pitch, on the pitch. And I think we're in a very bad place. If you look at the results, the way we play, it's not a good place to be in. There's not a place of confidence, in my opinion. I want to win that cup. I want to beat Inter. But I don't think we're going to win tomorrow. I think we're going to lose 2-1. I think we messed it up in the first leg. If we got that 1-0, I would have come on knowing that we are playing bad, knowing that we are not good. I would still have predicted a win because I believe we would have grinded that out. We will get a goal there. We will get a goal there. I will probably grind it out. But I don't think we're going to win tomorrow. So I'm going to go with a 2-win, a 2-1 loss. I just don't see it. I have no confidence. Like, there's nothing to give me confidence. Like, absolutely nothing. So I'm going with a 2-1. The goal scorer doesn't even matter. I will say Milik, but it doesn't really matter. I don't have a hot take. I'm done with it for now. But that's just my prediction. I'm just so low on confidence, so I'm going with that. I'm hoping, praying, we're gonna make it out of it. It could be an ugly 1-0 win, whatever. But keep in mind, to make it out of that semi-final and to go to the final, you need to win, because we messed it up last week or like 2 weeks ago. So not even a draw is good enough. You need to go there to win that game. And going off the first comment from Allegri, I don't think we have that in us to flip the switch and be like, we need to win that game. We need to go for a win. So that's my biggest issue. I think we messed it up back then 2 weeks ago. And The fact that a draw is not good enough, we just cannot grind it out. The fact that we absolutely need to beat Inter away from, and you might say we've done it in the league, we did, but Inter were in a worse position then, and we were in a better position then. You know, it wasn't champagne football, but it was better than this. And now the table just turned. You know, it's it changed completely. But again, that's just me. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you're gonna win, what your prediction is for the game, and like the video, subscribe. I will be back tomorrow post game, and yeah, I'm gonna say good luck tonight to all of you watching that. Thanks for watching. See ya.